可以了。
Okay, hello
Your good
everyone.
number?
So
Good too.
we will present our final paper. The title is the Social Influence, Financial Literacy, and Motivation on People's Cryptocurrency Investment Intention. So in this paper, we want to research. Can you go to the framework? Okay, so in this research, we want to know whether financial literacy, intrinsic motivation, and extrinsic motivation has an impact to the behavioral intention in terms of cryptocurrency behavior. And we also want to know whether social influence moderates those relationships between financial literacy, intrinsic motivation, and extrinsic motivation to behavioral intention in the cryptocurrency context. So we have 6 hypotheses here, and we will move straight to the findings. Okay, so we were able to find 98 respondents and 98 of valid response. So here is the demographics. So in terms of gender, there is a higher proportion of male respondent. And also, according to the data, the age distribution, most of the respondents were within 26 to 35 of age group, which means the majority of our respondents are male and in the age of 26 to 35. And below is the descriptive statistic of each of the main constructs. So it indicates that the respondents has a high level of financial literacy, but the intrinsic motivation and extrinsic motivation suggests that they have important roles in cryptocurrency investment decisions. And the social influence, they show a moderate mean score, which indicates the social factors maybe partially affect the respondent intention. And lastly, the behavioral intention has the highest mean value, which means it has a strong and consistent intention among respondents to engage in the cryptocurrency investment. And below is our reliability analysis. So according to the Cronbach Alpha test, we can see that all of the value exceed 0.70, which indicates high consistency and reliability. And next is the validity analysis. So we use the average variance extracted criterion, and most of the construct surpass the 0.5, although the intrinsic motivation and social influence does not surpass the validity test, but due to the time constraint, because we cannot redo the survey, so we decided to move forward with the existing data set. And here is the discriminant validity analysis, which is assessed using the heteroid monotrade ratio of correlation. And based on the table, we can see that the result is mostly above 0.8, so it's below 0.8, so it indicates a good result. And here is the hypothesis testing with the p-value. So according to the assessment, we can see that financial literacy, intrinsic motivation, and social influence have a significant positive effect on behavioral intention, but in contrast, extrinsic motivation does not show a significant direct effect. And social influence negatively moderates the relationship between extrinsic motivation and behavioral intention, but it is moderate the effect on financial literacy and intrinsic motivation are also not statistically significant.
So let's moving forward to the discussion sections. So again, the study aims to examine the influence of financial literacy, intrinsic motivations, and extrinsic motivations on the intention to investment in cryptocurrency, as well as the moderating role of the social influence among Chinese adults by integrating the self-determination theory or SDT and the unified theory of acceptance and use of technology. So this study will provide a comprehensive understanding about how cognitive, motivational, and social factors together shape the behavioral intentions in the context of cryptocurrency investments. So for the financial literacy and cryptocurrency investment intentions based on the finding shown before, it has significant positive effect on cryptocurrency investments so that the hypothesis 1 is supported. And this finding indicate that individuals with a stronger understanding of concept related to the cryptocurrency are more confident and willing to engage in cryptocurrency investments. And this result also align with the previous research, which is emphasizing the financial knowledge that can enhance perceived control and reduce uncertainty in financial decision making. Next, based on the results, intrinsic motivations also has a significant positive effect on behavioral intentions. Therefore, hypothesis 2 was also supported. This indicates that individuals motivated by curiosity, enjoyment, and interest in financial technology are more likely to form a strong intention to invest in cryptocurrency. And these results are also consistent or aligned with self-determinant theory, which states that behavior driven by internal satisfactions and personal interests are more enduring and self-directed. But in contrast to our expectation for hypothesis 3, which is in extrinsic motivations, doesn't have a statistically significant direct effect on behavioral intentions, since the p-value exceeds the p-value need to be exceed the 0.05. So hypothesis 3 was not supported, and this finding indicate that the external rewards such as expected profit or social recognitions are not sufficient to directly drive cryptocurrency investment intention among the respondents. And the next is the data analysis research for the direct effect on social influence on behavioral intentions. The data indicate that social influence has strong and significant positive effect on behavioral intentions, and this finding supports the UT framework and highlight the importance of peer opinions, online communities, and discussions on social media in shaping cryptocurrency investment intentions. And these findings are aligned with previous research that showing social influence plays a crucial role in technology and financial adoptions. And for the moderating role of social influence regarding the moderation effect, the results show that social influence significantly moderate the relationship between extrinsic motivations and behavioral intentions. So this support our hypothesis 6. And the negative coefficients indicate that strong social influence weakens the effect of extrinsic motivations on investment intentions. So this result shows that when individuals are highly influenced by peers or online communities, it will gain less impactful. So social pressure can reduce the perceived of autonomy, so dismissing the motivational effect of external incentives. So it is also predicted by self-determinant theory. determination theory. However, the moderating effects on social influence, on the relationship between financial literacy and behavioral intentions, and intrinsic motivations and behavioral intention literacy are not statistically significant. Therefore, our hypothesis 4 and 5 are not supported. This result imply that financial knowledge and intrinsic interest influence investment intentions independently of social influence. So, on conclusions, the findings indicate that financial literacy, intrinsic motivations, and social influence are the main determinants of cryptocurrency investment intentions, while the extrinsic motivations play a more conditional role. So these results highlight that the importance of competence and internal interest compared to motives purely driven by rewards that suggest that social influence can simultaneously encourage participants while undermining externally driven motivations.
To conclude, we found 3 key points from our study. First, foreign matters most. In Taiwan, social influence is a strong risk factor. People often care more about what their friends or community think than about the profit alone. Second, knowledge is power. When people understand blockchain and feel curious about it, they are much more willing to invest. Third, we found an interesting result. Making money is not an illusion. When there are too much social hype, people actually pay less attention to their financial goals. And based on the finding, we suggest 2 things. For capital platform, focus more on education, not for profit. And for the influence, try not just follow the crowd. And this is all our presentation.
Okay. Overall, I think the result is well done. Okay. Structure model. Section 3, methodology. Sampling, correct, procedure, and sample size. And to collect. How do you know you need to collect approximately 350 responses? How do you know that?
The number of construct.
Yes.
Indicators.
Yes, the indicators.
Number of indicators.
Yes.
5 to 10 times. So you have this slide here. Here. Construct, major scale, and reference. Operational definition. Do you have majors?
Yes, but we did not include it
You
here.
have included here?
Yes, we already have.
Just mention the measure adapted from which research. Item modify. Did you modify the operation definition? If you want to modify the item, did you modify the operation definition? I see here item modify for cryptocurrency specific literacy. You mean modify the items, right?
Actually, we found the new article that directly for financial literacy, so I think we need to change the
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Data analysis. That's PLSM. Yeah. Major model. Good. Reliability. Compact alpha. Composite reliability. ADE. 107. HTNT. Former locker criterion. Structure. Model for high cost testing. So use 5,000 resampling and bootstrapping, right?
Yes.
Bootstrapping. So bootstrapping procedure. So the section for the title only this result. Only result. We put discussion to the section 5. Discussion and conclusion. You just copy the result from cases.
Yes, this one for the demography.
Okay, for practice it's okay, but for submitting to a conference, you need to modify into a table. But for our practice, it's okay. Then construct, yeah, same, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5. We also do the mean centering. Did you mention the mean centering in your document? No. Okay. You can mention that because you have a moderating effect. You have to avoid collinearity issue happen. So you do the mean center. Reliability. From the alpha 1, 2, 3, 4. It's okay. Convertibility.
Actually, there is a typo here.
Typo. Huh?
Yes, because we
forget to
copy the
Okay,
typo.
you will revise. Okay. Discriminate. You know, discriminate is only for construct. For interaction term, you don't need to do it. That's interaction term, right?
Yes.
Okay. You don't have to do the discriminability for interaction term. Only focus on the main concept. Yeah, concept. Yeah. Just give the interaction term.
So this one is not
You don't need to include it. Yeah. You will find construct in our model. That's enough.
okay.
So discriminate HTMT. We just mentioned funnel algorithm. I didn't see it. You know, you mentioned using funnel algorithm.
Yes.
Yes, somewhere.
Chapter.
Yeah, right. But you didn't
Yes.
do the funnel algorithm for the constructability.
Yes.
You just use HTMT.
Okay.
Maybe just put it before HTMT.
Before STMT?
Yeah. Funnel algorithm. You need a table.
Okay.
You need a table. You can just reference the KT script.
Okay.
Advanced testing. I would suggest one column.
Oh, one other one.
One column to say whether or not your hypothesis is supported or not.
Okay.
It's an all. And also, if you have table, you need to give a table name.
Yes.
Above the table title here, table 1, 2, 3, something like that. And the name for the table. Discussion. You can move the discussion to
chapter five.
chapter 5. Yes. Good. Maybe just summary of the finding, and then discussion, and then theoretical implication. Got it?
Summary of the findings first and then discussion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Practical, we'll see practical implication. Of course, it is recommendation, but this implication implies something for manager when they want to do decision regarding cryptocurrency, investment behavior, orientation, something like that. So practical implication, imitation good, visual research good. Okay, good job.
Okay, thank you. Yay.
Last good.
Can we open the newest file?
Yeah, of course. Which folder? Okay. Group 6, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Good evening.
Good evening. Still good
Good
morning.
morning, Professor and everyone.
Hello. Really? Good.
Yes, today we bring the research paper with title "When the Time Run Out: Unraveling the Impact on Online Stimuli on the Perceived Value and also the Induced Buying." So, because we already revised it on the midterm, so we just so now I just remind you about our research model. Please move to the research model. In this research model, we apply the SOR framework. So, yes, here, this is our research model. Totally, we have the 9 variable and also already do the survey for collect the data. So, let's move to the result of the research. We use the SPLS same tree to analyze the data. First of all, we already let's first examine our data foundation. We already collect 250 valid response from the Indonesian e-commerce user, primarily related by Gen Zs and also female consumer. You can see in the table the female dominated the male because I think this related to the customer behavior, so that's why our respondent are the female. And let's move. Scroll down. Yes. To ensure the quality of this data, we work from Hammer single factor test to the results of the first factor account for only 80% of the variant. Since this is well below the 50% benchmark, we can confirm that our data is free for the common metasphere. Because this proves that the pattern we can see in the data is genuine reflection of the customer behavior, not just the result of respondent give the repetitive and also the BS answer. Yeah, this is the number of the, how can we say that? Let's move to the analysis of the measurement model. Before setting the hypothesis, we merge into our ruler measuring correctly. We look at 3 virtual statistics: combat alpha, CR, and also AVE. Please scroll down. Yeah, we use 3 criteria, and you can see all of our for the combat alpha and also the compulsory reliability on conscious score above 0.7, it means that this indicator measure internal consistency. Think of this in harmony test. It's from that on the patient with
using the calorie and also sign to the same tone. It means working together to measure the single concept. And also for the average variance extracted, more of our value is 0.7. It means that it's measured to the conversion validity. It tells that our question successful to coverage focus on the core of the variable. They ask more to the method and also rather than the capture random noise. Also, we already passed the Faulkner-Lacker test, which confirmed that the discriminal validity is mean our model can clearly to distinguish between the different concepts like the visual appeal and also the social interaction with them getting blurred together. You can see this is our table I already made from the Faulkner-Lacker and also the three variable. The next one, we already do the structural model. Now let's look at the heart of the research, the relationship between the variable. First, we check the multicollinearity using VIF value or were below 5. With this is the excellent number because it means our independent variable are distinct and not overlapping. Look at our part analysis. We found several critical insights. So, first of all, the dominance of the emotion is in the hedonic value. We found that it's very strong positive impact on the impulse buying. With the standard beta, is the standard beta and also the B value. The B value is less than 1%, which is the highest level of the statistical significance. This improves that joy and exciting are primarily entering the induced buying in the live stream. And interestingly, the path of to the induced buying were insignificant for the utilitarian value. This suggests that the people don't buy the induced buying lead because it's useful or efficient. They buy because it feels good. The role of and also in this model, we already add one moderator is the time pressure, but contrast to the manipulate before, time pressure in our research did not significantly moderate this part. In this specific live stream content, the testing clock didn't change how customer reach to their induced perceived value. And also to grab up the result, our research model explains over 40% of the variant in the induced buying. And for the hedonic value, we also have the 60% can explain how our research fit with the model. In conclusion, the result clearly seeks to focus from the unity to experience. The live stream in the Indonesian experimental journey, where the emotions stimulate direct the back to the checkout button. So let's move to the discussion. My friend will explain it.
Relating for the result, we came up with this discussion. First, this is really interesting with the result. Firstly, so regarding our hypothesis 1, 2, 3 are accepted, which is really interesting relating to the visual appeal and also the interactions as well as the relating to the hedonic value, which is more likely to be engaged more in the emotional of the customers. So 3 of those hypotheses are accepted. It also supported by the previous studies, which is from, can you scroll to the up first? And it's supported by the Park, Sun, and Zhang, which is that how the functional support, the convenience, the attractiveness of the live streaming or online purchasing can engage more to the customers. Moreover, you can see the result of hypothesis 7 and also hypothesis 6. It's showing contrast result. In the visual, in the hedonic value, it's showing a positive relation toward the impulsive behavior, not with the utilitarian value, which is showing two different types of result. But it can be strengthening and in line with the previous studies, which is from the studies of, can you bring it up again? It's also supported by the, down first, please. A bit down. And also supported by Chandra 2022. It's showing that utilitarian value don't have significant impact toward the impulsive behavior. It's because of most of people, when they try to engage in online shopping, they try to more into the enjoyment, how the visual appeal of the online purchasing, not because of the usage or the practical usage of the product itself. Moving on, lastly toward the moderating impact, which is the time pressure, it's showing no significant impact toward the hedonic, also the utilitarian value. You can scroll to the last part. This is how the result of the time pressure, the last part again. Okay, this one. So you can see from the research of this Silalahi into 2025, it's showing that time pressure is not significantly impact toward the impulsive behavior, especially for the hedonic value and also the utilitarian value. Because even if they have a limited time, it does not influencing whether they will impulsively purchasing the product in live streaming or in e-commerce buying. But the result of this Silalahi shows that the one that actually influencing the most people to buy impulsively is the hedonic value, which is the enjoyment, how the visual appeal of the products, and how the engagements toward the audiences in live streaming itself. Moving on, based on those discussions, we showing the theoretical implication, which is we showing the new result of our data. First, we showing that time pressure is not significantly influencing the impulsive buying behavior of the customers. Secondly, we also showing that the newest theory that utilitarian is not significantly influencing impulsive behavior, but the one that influencing the most is the enjoyment, visual appeal, which is part of the hedonic value itself. And lastly, for the practical contribution, of course, it is also important, especially for those who are in the owner of the live streaming itself. How can they engage more to the customers, which is by more into the how can they showing the visual of their product, how can they giving more discount or sale, for example, every New Year or every lunar New Year, for example, so they can engage more toward the engagement, social interaction toward the customer itself. So those are the discussion part. Moving on to the conclusion part.
Okay, for the conclusion, so in the study set out the examine of the mechanism underlying impulsive buying behavior in the context of the live stream shopping by integrating the online stimuli, perceived value, and time pressure within the SOR model. So the first findings that confirm that online stimuli, specifically the visual appeal, first sale, and social interaction significantly enhance the customer hedonic value. The second one is the product information and the perceived usefulness were found to positively influence the utilitarian value. It means that the clear, detailed, and up-to-date product information improve the consumer's perception of functional benefit and shopping efficiency. The third one is the hedonic value emerges as a strong and significant predictor of impulsive buying behavior, and this result indicates that the impulsive purchase in live streaming commerce are predominantly driven by emotional gratification, enjoyment, and excitement rather than the functional or efficiency-oriented consideration. But contrary to the expectation, the time pressure did not significantly moderate the relationship between the perceived value, what the hedonic and utilitarian, and impulsive buying. So this finding suggests that the time pressure may no longer function as the decisive amplifier of impulsive behavior in live stream shopping. So overall, this study contributes of the growing body of literature of the live stream commerce by clarifying the asymmetry roles of hedonic and Lagrangian value in driving impulsive buying behavior. And moving on to the limitations and future research, despite its contribution, this study also is subject to several limitations that should be considered when interpreting the findings. The first one is because this paper focused on the Shopee Live as a live stream shopping platform. Although Shopee Live represents one of the most widely used live stream commerce platform in Indonesia, as a result, the generalizability of the findings to other platform or digital retail environments may be limited. The second one is data that used in the study were collected through self-reported survey instruments, while the survey-based methods are commonly employed in consumer behavior research. So consequently, the reported perception and impulsive buying tendencies may not fully reflect consumer actual behavior in real-time live stream shopping situation. The third one, the sample size and sampling techniques constitute another limitation of this research. Although the number of respondents satisfied with the minimum requirement for particularly requires structural equation for the analysis and the use of non-probability persuasive sampling may resist the representative of the sample. So for the future research, extend this direction is extend the scope of research to multiply the live stream shopping platform and also conduct the comparative studies across the platform and also the countries, and also can apply experimental or longitudinal research designs to better capture behavioral change over time. Can combine survey data with behavioral and or transactional data to reduce the reliance of self-reported measurements. That's all about our paper. Thank you so much.
Okay, good. Okay, your report is well formatted. Good job. A few recommendations may enhance your quality. On result section. First of all, result section, the first subtitle here is demographic, right?
Yes.
So we will call it item, not factors. Now, factor is meaning X influence Y, the factor influence Y. So in here it's just an item. Okay. We can revise the title here. You just describe the result. You don't need to copy paste, but for practice it's okay. You just copy from SPSS, right?
Yes.
Okay. You don't need to pass this table. Just describe it by text.
Okay.
For common method balance detection, that's good. Linear model. ABE. Table 1. Compact alpha, composite reliability, ABE, about 0.5. That's good. We don't need to do the product test. For reporting the reliability and even validity, you just exclude the product test. TP multiplied with HV. We don't need to include this two in your table. And it's the same. Just remove it. Okay. Well, the table is good. Structure for hypothesis testing, we have. I see a very built for VIF value. But did you do mean centering or not?
Centering.
Mean centering. Do you know what it is?
I don't know.
Let me write here. Using mean centering. I mentioned this technique. Avoid the multicollinearity, especially between the IVs and the product term. Mean centering. Yeah, but it's okay. It's very quite low here. And the second, third column here, this arrow term, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
So you missed something, right? This beta, but this arrow term.
Yes, because when I see in the result SBSF,
Only,
as the first.
only STD.
Yeah. Yes,
STD.
they just write STD. No.
Okay, okay, it's arrow term. Key value. Okay, that's good. That's for bootstrapping. Confidence interval, right? Bootstrapping. Bootstrapping, especially for mediation effect. But you report here is okay to me. The last column here, accepted or rejected. That's another, we usually describe the result by using supported or
not supported.
not supported. Do you know why?
Because we are not the first person to research.
Accept or reject. Let me use the whiteboard somewhere here. We have hypothesis, right? So we need this one to be supported. We want to reject no hypothesis. So we'll say we support it or not support it. We not gonna use reject. Reject means reject no hypothesis. No hypothesis means no difference, no relationship. Say it again. Reject no hypothesis, no relationship or no difference. So we just use support alternative hypothesis or not support alternative hypothesis based on the result. Good? It's easy to confuse. Discussion. The last section is discussion. Conclusion section. Okay. Yeah, it's fine for me. Discussion. Did you summarize the research question at the very beginning here?
Yeah, we already. Oh, in discussion.
Yeah, discussion. Usually we want to discuss the result compared to our original research question.
Yeah.
So maybe you need a short paragraph to bridge, to remind the reader that we focus on answer the research question, then we discuss it. Good. Conclusion. That's all. Whoa. Limitation, future research.
So in this question, I just need to write the hypothesis.
No, the research question.
Oh, research. Oh, yeah.
The research question
Yeah.
at the very beginning of the section, the last section. Usually we just divide into the 5 sections. Introduction, data review or hypothesis development, method section, result section, discussion, and conclusion section.
So for this paper, do we need to combine the discussion and conclusion?
If you can do it, that's will be better.
Okay.
You know? That's the end. Conclusion. Okay. It's good. Good. Good job.
Thank you.
That's it. Okay, we finished all of the reports, right? Okay. Congratulations. Okay. Good job. See you next week.